And I want to start by talking about one of the things that's happening in the consumption field that makes achieving sustainability particularly difficult. So this is a graph of per capita apparel accumulation in the United States. So these are pieces of clothing, of outerwear and underwear. What that excludes is hosiery. So underwear, shirts, pants, skirts, coats, etc., etc. And of course what you see here is a pretty dramatic increase over a relatively short period of time in the number of pieces of clothing that the average American is purchasing. They go from about 33 pieces to, in 2005, almost 70 pieces of clothing a year. One of the big milestones that we went through during this movement was across the one new item per week, the 52. Okay, so the next thing is, so what are they doing with this? Some of it they are putting in the closet, but the other thing that's going on is you have a big growth in discards of apparel. This is actually a measure, not of total discards, which I'll say something about later, but just of the discarded apparel that makes its way into the secondary market. So there's actually, this is one of the commodities which has a secondary market that's pretty vibrant. And this is the export of used apparel from the United States to the rest of the world over this period, 91 through 2004. And you see, of course, a very dramatic increase in that. So people are purchasing clothes at a rapid rate, and they are moving them out of their homes into outlets. They're giving them to Goodwill, who's selling them to traders, or there's a variety of things. So this is the stuff which isn't going into the waste stream, and isn't getting purchased by dealers, and they use it to make upholstery stuffing and car seats and so on and so forth. Now, and I have a little, I just did a little econometric model. Where's Ralph? Correlation, and I'm not claiming causation. You can make your own, draw your own conclusions from this, but it is the case that the discards follow the imports of new apparel. Not exactly what I showed you there, which was total consumption, but imported apparel. Most of that increase is in imported apparel, and that accounts for over 90% of the market down in the United States. Now, just one little point here, because it's really relevant to sustainability, which is that what you are seeing here, and I chose this industry not because it's the most ecologically significant, it is not, but you see in a snapshot the problem of unsustainability, because apparel has historically been an incredibly valuable, high-priced good. In fact, if you look at textile historians, one of the most interesting things relative to the current unsustainability of apparel is that in really even through into the 20th century, apparel served as probably the primary secondary currency, that is non-monetary currency, alternative currency, or informal currencies. So people's used apparel was after, after the monetized currency markets, serves as an alternative currency because it had so much value. Today, used apparel is virtually worthless. And you can buy, in my town, apparel by the pound, used apparel by the pound, at $1 a pound. So historically, a commodity that was historically so highly priced and valuable that it served as a currency now costs less than the sort of cheapest food commodities, even in a country like the United States where food prices have been artificially driven down. So in a nutshell, it's a way of thinking about how you get to something at the core of our consumption system, the unsustainability at the core of our consumption system when we're pricing goods like